His name was Aaron Baker, and he was an artist and a writer and a performer and a gentleman and just an all-around really awesome, amazing guy. I'm Gyda, and I'm one of the lucky ones. Sometimes he wore a fedora, but he wasn't like that nerdy guy fedora. Like, he just had this cool vibe. So he really pulled it off in a cool way. And he also had this vintage tie collection. These amazing like 1940s vintage ties he got on eBay. And we met at a theater where we both were doing a show. We're doing 2 shows as part of a festival. I guess I made the first move. I sort of knew that he was interested in me, and I needed some work done on my apartment, and he'd offered to help me. And we stayed up all night tiling this floor. And I don't know, like I wasn't really attracted to him at first, and then I don't know, like he was so good at tiling this floor, and it was kind of sexy. He was amazing at everything. I mean, he was like, if you needed a skylight put in, he could put a skylight in. If you needed copy editing done, he would be an amazing copy editor. If you needed a website built, he would build your website. He designed my engagement ring. We picked out the diamond together online. I wanted this square cut diamond, and then he designed the setting, an Art Deco setting around it, and had it in AutoCAD, and then sent it off to a jeweler and had it cast. It was amazing. I was going to visit my dad in Massachusetts, and Aaron had to work. So he was gonna meet us the next morning. He was gonna take the first train out of New York, and we were supposed to pick him up at the train station. And so I left on Thursday, and I didn't hear from him the rest of the day Thursday, but he worked nights. So a lot of times he would get busy at work and I wouldn't hear from him, so I didn't think anything of it. And then the next morning I didn't hear from him either, so I was texting him, are you on the train? And he was the kind of guy that, if he was in the quiet car and it said turn off your cell phone, he was the kind of person who actually turned off his cell phone in the quiet car. So then I told myself that he must be in the quiet car and that we should just go to the train station and pick him up. We went to the train station and he wasn't there. So they were like, oh, we'll check to see if he's in the bathroom or something, if there's anyone on the train. And they did, and he wasn't there. And that's when I started to get incredibly nervous. So I called my friend Art, who has keys to our place, and I asked him if he could go over there, and he did. And Aaron had died in his sleep on Thursday night or early Friday morning. It's really hard because he died a month before our wedding. So it's not like we got to get married and have children and have this beautiful life together. We were planning this beautiful life together, but we didn't get to have any of it. We didn't get to have a first dance. We didn't get any of it, not even the first thing. I guess we got the proposal, but that was it, And so I often think to myself, like, God, if it had been like the day after our wedding, at least we would have had this beautiful wedding. Or if it had been like a year after our wedding, like maybe I would be pregnant and I'd have a kid and have a part of him somewhere. I am remarried, and I have an amazing husband who's wonderful, and watched his dad die in front of him at a restaurant. So he is pretty good with grief and is very wonderful about Aaron and the whole thing. He thinks that God brought us together because we're really great for each other and we're really perfect for each other. And it's interesting because the person I am now, the death of Aaron changed me so much. And, I'm not sure that this version of me and Aaron would be as great a match as, we were before all the bad stuff happened. But Steve is an amazing match for me now. Panic attack, anxiety-ridden me. I have both my beautiful rings. I feel like I'm engaged. I'm also married now, so I kind of feel both at the same time. And I guess in some ways I am very lucky to have had that at all. I have friends who have trouble finding a guy who will call them, right? So, the fact that I've had these 2 amazing, wonderful, kind, supportive men in my life is amazing. I do feel like I've had 2 soulmates.